Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel.
Keep the volume up, Diane.
Breeze drifting on by.
You know how I feel, baby.
You know how I feel. It's a new dawn.
Woo!
It's a new day. It's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Yeah! There it is! That's how I
I'm feeling good.
Yes, I am! I'm feeling good! I'm feeling good! In the neighborhood!
Fish in the sea.
Fish in the
You
sea,
know
baby!
how I feel.
You know how I feel!
River running free.
Woo!
You know how I feel.
I know it's too early, right?
Blossom on a tree. You know how
You
I
know
feel.
how I feel.
It's a new dawn.
It's a Trump
It's a new
day.
day. It's a new life for me.
And I'm feeling good!
And I'm feeling good.
I'm your host, BKP. I'm your host,
Dragonfly out in the sun.
BKP.
You know what I mean, don't you know?
And you're watching BKP
Butterflies all
Politics.
having fun. You know what I mean.
There is no
Sleep
55.
in peace when day is done.
All right, I'm your
That's
host,
what I mean.
BKP, and you're watching BKP
And
Politics
so
on voice
there's a new
of ruralamerica.com. Glad to have you here this morning. I have waited for January 21st ever since they stole the last election. Yeah, I've waited for January 21st, 2025, ever since they stole the last one. Trump said it again yesterday. Don't be shy. Let's get out there. Put on your MAGA hat. Put on your Make America Great hat. Put on your Trump sweatshirt. Put it on, baby. Roll right out of the house. Roll right into town. Roll right into your favorite shopping center. You're anywhere. Roll right in. That's right. You've been waiting. Roll right in there, baby. It is Diane, I just sent you a picture. I'm going to need that. Give me the number 7. Mark this down, January 21st, 2025, the golden age. Wake up, the golden age, 2025. Now, before we get started, Diane, I know there's no number 55. I had a little problem counting 54, 55, 56. I missed one. So, but I did send you a picture, and it was at the last minute because I was waiting to get the full confirmation. If you can give me number, they are losing it. Number 6. Give me number 6, and then the picture I sent you. Number 6, unconditional pardons. Bam, bam, bam. My shoulder is killing me, but nothing would stop me from doing the Trump this morning. That's right. That's right. Welcome. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not all jacked up. Before I get my first message, are you all jacked up on Mountain Dew? No, I'm not all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I am all jacked up to be back, baby. I mean, my God, what we have been through. Oh, by the way, there's only a boy and girl. That's it. That's it. They're freaking out this morning. How about the guy that called home, the liberal guy that called his mom last night? You remember those long distance commercials? Remember back when we had to call long distance, right? We remember that, and it costs money, and to reach out and touch someone. I would love to do that commercial. Mom, my supervisor called me. I have to go into the office tomorrow, Mom. I'm afraid. I haven't been out of the dungeon here in the basement for years. Mom, what will I do? I have to go in. And then, Mom, not only did they tell me I have to come into work, they said if I don't do a good job, I could be fired. Mom! Sorry. I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. Hey, Diane, do you have that picture? Oh. I have to get a tissue out. I have to. This is Chuck and Mandy Hand. They got their pardon yesterday. God bless Donald Trump. I'm serious as can be. I called Chuck last week and I said, Chuck, they were walking through the Capitol holding hands. I called Chuck last week and I said, Chuck, have you been told anything? And he said, no, I've not been told anything. I don't know of anything. And I didn't want to come on the show and say one word, not one word did I want to say, because God knows they watch and I didn't want to mess it up. But these are two beautiful people. They're beautiful people, Chuck and Mandy Hand. And I text him. He's in D.C., and I text him this morning, and it wasn't until a couple minutes before the show. They don't have the copy of the pardon at this time, but he's been told that both of them got arrested. Both of them did. Both of them went to jail for 90 days on a misdemeanor count for holding hands walking through the Capitol. I'm sorry, I had to do it. They got a pardon. That's been on my prayer list for so long, and I can't make that up. It has. That has been on. I absolutely love these two people. I went to an event. This is a while back. I went to an event, and this is a couple years back. And I asked them, I said, can I get a picture with you guys? And she looked at me and said, you want a picture with us? I was like, what? You want a picture with us? And I said, yes. They said, normally people stay away from us. I was like, what? Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to try to get this back into shape here. I knew that was going to happen. I was waiting to hear from them. 1,600. God bless Donald Trump. God bless Donald Trump. Now, there's so much happening. You take that down, Diane. It's going to tear me up the rest of the day. I love those people. God is good. God is good. All right. So, I'm sorry. Give me just a minute, Diane. Diane, I don't know. I know sometimes you're so busy. She's so busy getting stuff together, she can't get on the microphone. So, if she could, I'd like to know, whenever you're ready, Diane, I'd like to know how you feel this morning, if you want to share that with us. How do you feel this morning? Hey, let me say some controversial things. Let me get back into, sorry, sniffling in the mic. It's going to stop, I promise, because I'm in a great mood. I'm absolutely in a great mood. Those are emotions of joy for those people. You know, I feel like, oh my God, I hope Donald Trump doesn't label me a super crier. Remember that? Adam Kinzinger, a super crier. No, Donald, no, don't take that wrong. I got real emotional when I saw the picture, okay? I'm not, I promise, Donald. Only Adam Kinzinger, Donald Trump said yesterday, he said Liz Cheney's a lunatic. And Adam Kinzinger, he's a super crier. He's not just he's just labeled a super crier. So, the pardons. Give me the pardons. Number 6, Diane. The pardons. Now, before I go any further, let me say 2 things that's really I'm gonna get the emails or the text messages on that I just got to do it. I mean, you got to do it. Number 31. Here's all I want to say. Elon Musk, number 31. Elon Musk wants to go to Mars. Shouldn't we land on the moon first? Oh, that got you, right? Shouldn't we land on the moon first? Oh, my God. Did you hear what he just said? I'm all about fun today. All about fun, okay? And then Michael Obama didn't show up yesterday. Boom, that's two of them, right? So anyhow, he wants to go to Mars. I'm thinking, let's try the moon first. They're stranded. Number 20. Give me this one here. Diane, I am looking forward to this show because we have some super great facts of what happened yesterday. The media's head is exploding. All right. Give me number 5. Now, today, the southern border has been declared an emergency. We're going to go through so many things that I've said on the show leading up to yesterday. And one of the reasons I was, yesterday, I want to know from you, how many of you, and don't be all cool out there. I don't want to hear guys going like, I was cool. I want to know how many of you really, when Donald Trump took that oath of office and it was done, you had tears in your eyes. How many of you reached for a Kleenex? I don't care. Quit being so damn tough, all right? Quit. You're not Dana White. Quit being so tough. How many of you yesterday? Mass deportations. I told you on this show, we're going to play it for you. I told you so. I told you so that Mexico, remember what I told you? Mexico may require, right? May require military force. Give me video 18, Diane. We're going to break all this down today.
President Trump, if cartels are now going to be seen as foreign terror organizations, would you think about ordering U.S. Special Forces into Mexico to take them out?
Could happen. Stranger things have happened.
And that was
I said that. How many weeks ago, folks? On this show. This is why you watch. All jokes aside, this is why we are a team. This audience, this is why you watch. I told you weeks ago, Mexico may call. Now, he did everything yesterday to prepare the way. And what I really love, we'll break it down for you here. The media is losing it. What I really love is the fact that he has redesignated the assignment. No, he didn't redesignate our military assignment. He's restored. Yesterday, he restored the military assignment of protecting our nation against the invasion on the southern border. Restored it yesterday. The border's closed. It's done. They're over there. They're literally in tears, and they're claiming they are. Give me this one right here, Diane. And then we're going to really get focused on some things today. Give me 22. The border is closed. It's closed. All right. Right there. Boom. We'll play you all the videos. Closed. Number 23. They're stranded. The caravans are stranded. Now, caravans would come up and they would set up, and that's when they would get on the app and put their application in. It's frozen. Trump terminates CBP One App. They're stranded there. Give me number 24. All right. Number 24. Right here. Is that? There you go. Thank you, Diane. Trump immigration executive orders national border emergency declared. CBT, it's done. End birthright citizenship. Now, this will go to the Supreme Court, all right? And last night, as soon as Trump got done with all those signatures, they were suing him left and right. They're trying to stop these executive orders from going into place. Birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment, will go to the Supreme Court. And we'll have clarification from the Supreme Court or a ruling, whichever one you want to call it. So that is, so before we go to break, here's what I really enjoyed. You know what? Trump roasted. They are freaking out. Trump roasted the Bidens, Kamala Harris, every one of them. You realize he even had the deep stater George W. in there. You realize Trump roasted them. It's like he was at a Joe Rogan roast. By the way, Joe Rogan, number 36, Joe Rogan was in the room. Dana White was in the room. The oligarchs, as they want to call them, they were in the room. Joe was there. He roasted them sitting 5 feet away. Boom. Roasted them. Smoked their asses 5 feet away. He did. All right? Just saying. We're going to talk about that. Now, Joe Rogan was in the room. Give me number 35. Theo Vaughn was in the room. There you go. And there's the dude. What's his name? He was in the VIP viewing area. All right. There's the other guy there. They were there yesterday. You know who was in the overflow? Brian Kemp. I just had to say it. Governor of Georgia, the Republican chairman of the Republican Governors Association, was in the overflow room. He didn't make the big room yesterday. Nah, he sure didn't. Now, let me say this. We're going to come back. I'm going to do two things. Nobody's going to do what we're about to do this morning with you. One, what truly happened with the 1,600 pardons? Because last night I'm watching and I'm going through video as I'm watching the national championship. I really did not get into the balls. They're meaningless to me. I think I'm happy. The confetti's on the floor. You got to understand, after the party's over, somebody has to sweep up. All right. And as they're, taking their goodie powders, if you're in the South, you understood that. As people are getting up in Washington, D.C. and looking for a goodie powder this morning, the reality is there. Donald Trump, Diane, I have to say, folks, the dude's 78 years old. Joe Biden couldn't find his way out of a paper bag. Let's go with this one really quickly, Diane. Number 88. The guy gets up yesterday morning. All right. The guy gets up yesterday morning. He goes to the church. He rides over. He goes to tea. He gets in there. He goes over and he gets sworn in. After the swearing in, he gives an amazing speech. Then he goes to the overflow room out of respect, and he gives another 45-minute speech. Then he crosses town, all right? He crosses town, and when he crosses town, he goes into the arena with 20,000 people. There's a parade. He gives another 15-minute speech. Then he signs executive orders. Then he crosses town and he goes into the Oval Office and he meets with his staff, right? And they work on things. He goes to work. He's 78 years old. He goes to work. And then last night, this is the room. The media go into the Oval Office. Do you know the last time the media got to do this in the Oval Office? He was president, 45. They're in the room. He's signing executive orders. They're flying out questions. Peter Doocey asking questions. These people are asking questions. And they're not great questions. Some of them are not great questions, but they're not stupid. And I'll tell you why these questions were not stupid questions, because they haven't been in there. They're like, they go to each other. I'm telling you right now, they looked at each other and said, I'm not screwing this up. I haven't been in this room for 4 years. I'm not getting tossed out. You get tossed out. Well, he doesn't mind you asking a question. Just don't go stupid. He didn't have to say last night, he did not have to look at a single person in that room. There was a lot of foreign journalists. He didn't have to look at a single person in that room and say, that was a stupid question. He didn't. Didn't have to. They know. They know what they missed for 4 years. So they're in there. He looks at Peter Doocey and he says, Trump says to Peter Doocey, how many times did Biden do this? How many times did Biden do this? And Peter Doocey said 0. 0. He couldn't. Donald Trump had no cheat sheet. He didn't have a list of who you call on. Everything has changed. I told you yesterday when you tuned in at 8 o'clock, yesterday was the day. Everything is explosive. I'm not going to be able to keep up with all the moving parts. I'm going to do my best. I told you that yesterday. Biden had a cheat sheet. Look at it. Biden come out. He had that list. And he says, I think I'm supposed to call on you next. Trump's signing away. I watched the whole thing for an hour. People just firing the questions. He did not have anybody up saying you're next. I've been to so many of those press conferences where they pick out who gets to ask the question. I've done it many a times. Trump's just they're firing questions. That is the look of the press in the room. It was amazing. He's 78. Then the guy gets done there. He grabs a Diet Coke and he puts a tux on and he goes to 3 different balls last night. He said, I have to have a friggin' nap after this show. I got to take a break. I got to take a nap. He's 78. Holy smoke. They're over in networks now. First of all, they're freaking out. They're freaking out. They are freaking out. They don't love Trump. They don't like Trump. But they're like talking like, okay, how are we going to divide this assignment up? And you got somebody saying, I can't do 80 hours a week, man. I can't do 80. With Biden, I work 22 hours and I'm good with 22 hours. But this Trump guy, I can't. They're dividing up now. Who's going to handle this assignment? Not Jim Acosta because he's on at midnight. All right, so let me move on from that. That was an amazing last night. This right here, I enjoyed it. Now, I've got a lot to say today. This is the guy I wanted to be just for a day. Just for a day.
He changed the carpet. It's
Yes.
not the seal, it's the sun that he had in the... Is it the sun that he had in the painting behind him?
Yes. The seal is changed. It is changed. It is changed. They changed pictures. Here's the one. You got me, Diane? You ready? I didn't put this one up. The Pentagon. All right, Diane, here's a test. 10 minutes. Now, I don't want to put you on the spot in front of God, country, the people in Pakistan, the people. I got a message yesterday. I'm watching from Pakistan. We love Trump. I don't know. I didn't check it out. Did you see that, Diane? I get a message. Watching from Pakistan. We love Trump. I was like, whoa. All right, that made me a little nervous. I thought Pakistan. Anyhow, Diane, 10 minutes after he got sworn in at the Pentagon, what happened? Mark Milley's picture came down. Oh, yeah. Diane, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that to you, put you in front of... Just claim you were busy working on something, and you knew it all along. Mark Milley's portrait, picture came down over to Pentagon just like that. Just like that. All right, so we're going to take a break. This is the guy I want to be for a day. I love this guy. I wish I could have... If I could have been... Give me number 3. This guy last night, I'm watching him, and I'm watching him at 3:30 this morning. I watched this guy at 3:30 this morning. I watched him last night just for a day. Scott Jennings was loving every minute of it. Look at that face. I really did. I enjoyed that. Scott Jennings, I like the guy over on CNN. He was enjoying it. Now, quickly, what do the pardons really mean? Video one, Diane. This is not the answer. Video one.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
Let me tell you what happened. You know those agencies where the supervisor's been trying to figure out how long Pat down there, remember Pat on Saturday Night Live, right? Patrick the Starfish on SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick the Starfish, Pat on Saturday Night Live. There's people that manage bureaucracies. First of all, there's several things happening this morning across the country. The supervisor is taking attendance. You're 10 minutes late. I haven't been here in 3 years. I'm trying, boss. I don't care. You do realize I got to start reporting this. I got to. Okay. And by the way, while you're here, what the hell are you? I gotta know. I got a memo this morning. Well, I don't know. Well, you better friggin' figure it out. Yeah. So first you got to show up for work. And then what the hell are you? I know you got no touching it. All right. This is another one I really enjoyed. In the speech yesterday, give me video 2.
China is operating the Panama Canal, and we didn't give it to China. We gave it to Panama, and we're taking it back.
So he was not a dictator on day one. He restored freedom, sanity, common sense is being restored, the protection of our borders, taking care of the homeland, all the above. But here's what happened yesterday. Everybody was looking for a box to put their stuff in to get the hell out and go home because you're fired. Anyhow, so what did the 600, what did the 1,600, we'll go there. What did the 1,600 pardons really do yesterday? Trump is amazing. He's a genius. Take a break.